So I think all the issues must be fixed. And yes, and if it's the same. If anything else, you
Mama,
please
मुझे
just,
बैठना
let me know
है।
whenever you get any issue.
Good evening and gents.
Jai Hind, good
Alright.
evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Very,
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
I am calling all of you on
Good
mute.
evening, sir.
very
Good
good evening,
evening,
children.
everyone. I am putting everyone on mute. Okay. Whenever you have question, raise your virtual hand. Don't speak in between. If you have any question, put in the chat box or raise your virtual hand. Right? Nobody is going to interrupt in between. Okay, you have to listen carefully each and everything. Right? We'll take your questions at the end of the session or in between if we ask. Okay, right? Now put yourself on mute and we are going to start. Good evening, Arun.
Good evening, madam.
Yeah. So can we start now?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you so much, madam. And thank you, children, for joining in.
बेटा आपको हेडिंग लिखनी है पापा बोलो तो बता
तो-
देंगे हेडिंग पे जाना न्यू
My request to everyone on this video today, just go on mute mode, friends.
पॉइंट लिख के जाना
We'll start the session,
तो पापा बता देंगे है ना
right?
समझा ये पापा को
Okay, so now I've muted all and I can start. So, friends, thank you so much for joining in today again. I hope you had a wonderful session yesterday, right? So, we spoke about financial literacy, and yesterday we learned about two things. The first thing that we learned about was a little bit about banking, where we saw what are debit cards, what are credit cards. We learned about the savings bank account. We learned about going to the ATMs and withdrawing money. And we also learned about using the check, going to the bank and using the check, right? We also touched upon a little bit on the interest and the return, right? Please don't unmute yourself, children. Please don't unmute yourself. Just raise your virtual hand in case if there are any questions. Then the second thing that we learned about was on insurance, right? In insurance, we learned about two things. One is the insurance where we have the savings insurance, right? And the other one is the term or the risk insurance, right? Where the company pays you the money in the event of death. And in terms of savings, they pay you the money after X number of years, right? Now, that's a quick recap of what we did yesterday. PU will take the questions little later, beta. Let's start the session for the day, right? This was just a recap of what we did yesterday. Today, we are going to learn about two more important things from financial literacy aspect, right? One is it from the post office sense, right? We have all seen post offices in our localities, right? In our colonies, wherever we live. And the second, or rather the fourth thing, right? Post office is the third thing. And the fourth and the equally important thing is we learn a little bit about the stock markets, right? We all see our parents, our friends, our seniors doing a lot of activity in the stock market. So we learn a little bit of stock markets as well. So let me pick up the third thing, which is post office. So first was bank, second was insurance. Third thing that we are going to learn today is about post office, right? Now we have all seen post offices, right? We have all seen the red color boards which are mentioned, out there, right? Historically, we all know that post offices are a medium where you post something and the other person receives your post, right? or if you have to courier something, or if you have to do some speed post, we use the services of post office, right? So we go, we put that letter in the letter box, and the letter gets delivered to your friend, to your uncle, to your aunt in some other city, right? Similarly, if you want to courier a parcel, you go to the post office, you deposit the parcel out there, you pay the money for the expenses or the charges, and they deliver your parcel to the other city, right, to your relatives. But we must also know that post office has lot of other schemes, right, for financial savings, correct? Just take a note, I will name some of them. So in addition to the primary activity of the postal office department, where they send your letters and couriers to your near and dear ones, they also help us manage our finances. Just like a bank, right? They have lot of financial schemes that help us manage our money, right? The first one is the savings bank account. We learned yesterday. Somebody trying to use the whiteboard. Okay. Right? So we learned about the savings bank account yesterday, right? In a bank. Similarly, in a post office also, we can open a savings bank account. So exactly in the same way, the way we operate or open a bank account, a savings account in a bank, in post office also, we can open the savings account. Okay, that's called post office savings account, right? So we deposit the money, and as and when we want, we can use that money. Okay, so in bank also we deposit the money and we can use the money through the ATM. In post office also we can deposit the money, and as and when we want, we can use that. Post office pays us interest on that money. Okay, that is one. There are a lot of other schemes also, right? One of the schemes of the post office is monthly income scheme. They call it MIS, right? It is a very simple scheme, children. What happens is that today, when we make savings, right? So, for example, today our mothers and fathers, they are working, right? They will do a lot of savings with post office. But once they retire, right, they will need money after retirement as well. So exactly then the post office gives us monthly income, right? Depending upon what type of plan we choose, they give us monthly income. So there are two parts to it. One is the period when we do the savings, that's called the savings period. And the second is the period where post office starts giving us monthly income in the form of returns every month. And that is the reason why this scheme is called monthly income scheme. So it is our money which we save in the post office over a period of time, and then after that period of time, post office gives us that money in every month, right? So that we can continue with our monthly expenses, right? The good part is that post office also has lot of schemes for senior citizens, right? Those who are above 60 years of age, right? So for these senior citizen schemes, post office gives them some additional benefits, some additional advantages, right? So just the way we have savings account, we also have a senior citizens savings account. Okay. Then there are a lot of other financial products from post office, right? One is we call it a public provident fund, which is PPF, public provident fund, right? It is again an instrument of saving
Sir,
where
can you repeat?
Public Provident Fund, PPF. Okay. So it is again an instrument of saving, beta.
Sir,
We-
Provident or Provident?
Provident, Public Provident Fund, PPF. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Can you please write all these important things on whiteboard so we can copy it?
Just take a note, beta, because if I start writing, then we will miss on the flow and lot of other things, right?
Okay.
Just start taking a note. I'm sure we are attending a call, so you must have a notebook and a pen pencil
can
handy
you-
with you, right? So I'm going very slow. I'm not going very fast. So just keep taking notes, beta.
Sir,
All right.
tell the senior citizen savings account?
It is just like the savings account that we have. It's just that it is exclusively for senior citizens, and they get, because they are senior citizens, they are 60 years plus age, they get some additional benefits in that savings account, right? Which are not available in the normal savings account. So just the way we travel in railways, we get a senior citizen concession, right? So similarly, they get some additional
Yes,
benefits else. Okay. So then it's a public provident fund, right? In a public provident fund, we deposit the money in that account for 15 years. And then after completion of 15 years, post office gives us our money back, right? So imagine that we are depositing 1 lakh rupees in the PPF account every year. After 15 years, we get 15 lakh plus whatever interest is there. So post office gives us our entire money back after 15 years, right? So the idea of having a PPF is that we do small savings every year so that we get big money at the end of 15 years, right? Similarly, there are a lot of other products from post office, my friends. You can simply take down, names of them. You should ideally do a Google visit on the Indian Postal Department's website and look out for these products, right? So we have one of the products is NSC, right? N as in Netherlands, S as in Singapore, and C as in Cambodia, right? NSC, right? The other product is KVP. We call it Kisan Vikas Patra, right? Kisan Vikas Patra. NSC stands for National Savings Certificate, and KVP stands for Kisan Vikas Patra. There are a lot of other products also, but I am keeping it very, very simple. So just to do a quick recap, Postal Services, the Indian Postal Department also offers a lot of financial products to Indian citizens, right? Right from a savings account where we can deposit the money and use it every day, just the way we use our
Sir, could you repeat the full form of NSC?
National Savings Certificate, beta. Okay. So just the way we use the savings bank account, which is there in the bank, similarly, we have the savings account with post office, monthly income scheme, so that we get monthly income after a certain period, right? And similarly, we have special accounts for senior citizens. We have accounts where we have to save money for a certain period of time, which is 15 years, and then we get big money at the end of 15 years. So there are various different product categories, right? Now, one important thing for all of you to note, right? In today's digital world, right? Indian Postal Department also has a separate banking division, which they call as India Post Payments Bank. All right. Ojasvi will come to that again, beta.
So can you please repeat?
What?
That Indian. Sir, can you repeat what you said?
Beta,
Sir, I want to know. Sir, I want to know that Sir, can you repeat the name of that Indian banking division?
Yes, yes. So let me complete, beta. Let me complete, right? Let me complete. So just also pay attention to the chat, right? There are names which are written in the chat. You will find the details out there. As I was mentioning, the Indian Postal Department also has a separate banking division, right? Which they call as India Post Payments Bank, IPPB, right? India Post Payment Bank. The reason is very simple, friends. If you know, the Indian Postal Department is one department that serves, the entire population of the country, right? You should be aware of the fact that more than the branches of any bank in the country, Indian Postal Department has more than 1,55,000 post offices in the country, right? More than 1,55,000. So in every small little village, in every town, right, district, we have post offices, not only in cities. What it means is that post offices can actually serve the banking and the financial interests needs of every citizen of the country, right? Even if they are living in a village, because we have post offices in the villages also. And therefore,
Sir, how many postmen?
sorry, beta,
How many postal offices?
there are more than 1,55,000, 1,55,000, 1,55,000 से भी ज़्यादा post offices है India में, right?
Okay, sir.
And these post offices, right, serve the interests of the citizens of the country, correct? Now, what do we do in the India Post Payment Bank, right? So just like you have any other bank, India Post Payment Bank also provides you the financial products largely on the digital platform, right? Now, the good part is that we see the Dakia, right? The postman. Have you ever seen a postman?
Yes, yes, sir.
Right? So,
Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
do we go to the post office to collect our letters, or the postman comes to our home?
Sir, we go.
When
Sir, we
we
go
come at our
to.
home.
Sir, we go to the post office to give our post to post officers that give to another one to give our relatives.
Okay, and then they also
Sir,
come. They
and
also
then
come to deliver, right? They
Sir,
also come at our home to deliver. Okay.
yes,
So what
sir.
it means is that these post offices use the services of these postmen to provide these banking services to us at the doorstep. So, for example, imagine a situation that my age is 70 years, right? 70. I cannot walk. I cannot go out. I cannot use bank, or I cannot use the ATM service. In that case, listen to me, better. Don't interrupt in between, please. Let me just complete for the interest of everyone, please. We will have questions at the end, right? So then these, right, post offices, through their, staff, they will provide me cash at my home, right? I don't have to visit an ATM, or I don't have to visit the post office, right? These postmen will come to my place and they will hand over the cash to me, right? Which means that they are providing doorstep. Doorstep as in service at our doors, right? Just the way we have the Zomato guy delivering your pizza at your doorstep, right? You have a Swiggy delivering your pizza at your doorstep. Similarly, these post officers also deliver the banking services to your doorstep, correct? So in the digital world, there are all of these formats which are possible. So you can go to the post office to open and operate a account. The post office can also come to your doorstep through their agents, right? Or through the post officers. Okay. So just to summarize, India Post Payment Bank is an institution from the Indian Postal Department, and they provide digital banking services to the citizens of the country, right? Okay. So now we have covered three things, right? We have covered banking, we have covered insurance, we have covered post offices. Now the fourth thing.
Sir,
Can you please summarize Indian Post Payment Bank again?
Do you want me to explain the entire India Post Payment Bank again?
No, just summarize it.
As I mentioned, beta, India Post Payment Bank is a bank that provides digital banking services to the citizens of the country. So just the way you can open a bank account in any other bank, you can also open an account in the India Post Payment Bank. Okay.
sir, it's like a bank. Sir, I want to say something.
Yes. If you have any question, you can ask a question. Otherwise, we know.
Sir, can you just short summarize banking and two things that you explain tomorrow, because I can't join due to 100 participants are there.
No problem, beta. So I have explained that in the beginning of the call today also. So once this call is over, you can go back to the YouTube link. You can view the entire video again, and all of this is live on Facebook. So you will get the entire discussion on the Facebook. You will not miss anything. Don't worry about it. Okay.
We are live on YouTube. Okay. You can no interruption, please. No question asked. Okay. Listen to sir. Sorry,
Okay.
Sanvi, you're not going to ask any question right now. Listen to sir first and then ask questions.
Okay. So now we are moving on to the markets or the stock markets, right? Now, very, very interesting thing. I can see a lot of smiles on the screen, which means that a lot of our students know about the stock markets, right? See, I can see Piyush smiling, Apramit smiling, right? Great. So what happens in stock markets, correct? As we all know, while we do banking with the banks, we do our investments and savings with the insurance companies and the postal departments. Stock markets are another mechanism, as we call, or another medium for us to do our investments, right? Why do we do investments? To grow the money, right? Yesterday, Shivesh sir explained that if you have 100 rupees today, you would want that 100 rupees to grow to 110 rupees and 120 rupees and 150 rupees, right? So you will make that investment somewhere, because if you keep it in your piggy bank, that 100 rupees will always remain 100 rupees, right?
Yeah.
So if that 100 rupee has to grow to 120 and 140 and 160, we have to make that investment.
invest somewhere.
Right? And stock market is one of the options, right? One of the places where we make that investment. Now, we make investments into some, as the name suggests, right? Stock market, which means that there is something called as a stock, and this is the market where we invest in these stocks. Now,
Sir,
what is? Yes.
सर लेकिन अगर वो घाटे में ले गया तो क्या
अरे
होगा?
बेटा, मेरे को कंप्लीट तो करने दो, आप घाटा और प्रॉफिट अपन बाद में सोचेंगे. Let us first learn the concepts. Okay.
Sir, could you say the definition of stock?
Yes. Let me start. Right. So then, right. What is a stock? Right. Now, stock is one, as we call it, a share. Right. So, for example, if you have 100 rupees, right, And if I ask you to give me 2 rupees, you are giving me 2 rupees, which means you are giving me 2% share of your 100 rupees, right? If I ask you to give me 5 rupees, and if you give me 5 rupees, which means you are giving me 5% share of your 100 rupees, correct? So share or stock is that fraction, right, which you buy or sell. Now, आपको किसके शेयर बाय करने हैं, किसके स्टॉक्स बाय करने हैं, I'll explain it to you, right? We all have seen companies, right? So our parents works for companies. Some of us may also have, companies, etc. and all. What happens is that in order to run a company, you need money, right? In order to run our shops, we need money. Similarly, the big companies, right? Like, for example, Infosys, right? For example, Tata, right? We have all heard of these big names, right? All these big companies need a lot of money to run, right? So they collect money from the people, and in return, they issue something called as a share certificate, because they have collected money from the public, and in return they issue a share certificate, which means that you have invested that amount in that particular company. And for example, if Tata needs 100 rupees and you have invested 1, so you will get share certificate for 1 rupee, because you have invested 1 rupee in Tata. Okay. So you have 1 rupees of share with you. Similarly, there are all the other companies. Somebody will invest in Tata. Somebody will invest in Birla, right? Somebody will invest in Jio. I saw that name. Correct?
Sir, excuse me,
Wait.
sir.
Let me complete better. Let us not interrupt in between. Otherwise, we lose the flow, please. I'll take the questions later on, baby. Okay. So you have that 1 share, and then similarly, all the other companies also give shares. So whosoever invests, if you are investing, you become the shareholder, because you have the shares of the company. And then you will want to sell these shares, right? So stock market is the place where you can buy and sell the shares of the companies. Okay. So in very simple terms, the money that we invest in the company is called as a share or the stock of that company. Okay. So if I'm investing rupees 1 in Tata, I have rupee 1 investment in Tata. I have shares of rupees 1 with Tata. I have stock of rupees 1 with Tata. Now I
Sir,
have
could you
to
repeat the
buy.
definition again, please?
Gentlemen, you will have to wait till we finish the session, because otherwise we'll keep repeating the same thing. Right? Let's continue with the flow first, right? And then we will have to go to the stock market to sell these shares, right? So stock market is then becomes the place where we can buy and sell these shares of the company. So if I have got that share of rupees 1, right, and then this share, the value of this, wait, better wait, no disturbance in between, please. And then the company is making profits, right? Company is doing really good. So which means that the value of my share will grow. My 1 rupee investment will become 2 rupees tomorrow, which means that I'm making profit. So I can then sell my shares in the stock market. So stock market is the place where I buy the shares of the companies, and I can also sell the shares of the company, right? So that way, stock market is the place where I get an opportunity to make an investment in the shares or stocks of the company, so that my money can grow, right? Now, somebody rightly said
Arun, unmute yourself. Arun, unmute yourself first. Actually, I muted all. Sorry. Huh.
Okay. Okay. Right. Now, somebody also rightly said that the value of the investments can also go down. I have invested 1 rupee, that 1 rupee might become 90 paisa. Very true. 1 rupee might also become 80 paisa. Absolutely true. Right. Always remember, stock markets always comes with a risk. Right. Stock markets do not guarantee, there is no guarantee of any return in stock markets, right? Take this point, note this down. There are no guarantees of returns or growth of your money in the stock markets, right? There is always a risk. You buy the shares of Tata today, right? Or you buy the shares of Infosys today, or you buy the shares of some other company today. If the company is doing really good, right, then the shares of that company will rise, right? The value of the shares or the value of your investment will grow. But if that company is not doing good, if that company is making any losses, nobody else will want to buy the shares of that company, which means that the value of the shares of those companies which are not performing well will go down. Therefore, whenever you make an investment in stock markets, it is always advised that you do your research and you go and you invest in companies that are doing good and that are likely to do good in future. If you are making an investment in companies that are loss making companies, then your investment may or may not grow, and therefore you may also have to see losses, correct? So there can be losses also in stock markets and there can be profits also in stock markets, right? That is very basic. In stock markets, there are a lot of other products which are very fancy products. I will not explain those products in details because it is not meant for you, people to understand, right? Because these are technical and complex products, but you should know some basics, right? That just the way we have stocks that we buy and sell at stock exchange or the markets as we call them, there are a lot of other products also, right? And these products are called futures, right? Futures, futures, where we have the derivatives. Okay, and that is enough for you to understand what are derivatives, etc. and all. You don't have to go into the technicality right now. Okay, so these are the basic fundamentals. I'm just doing a quick recap, right? Stock or a share is the value, or is, you know, a share certificate is issued to you when you invest in any company, right? For you to buy and sell those shares, you need a place, and that place is called stock market. Now, buying and selling of shares in a stock market is called trading. So if somebody asks you what is trading in stock market, then the answer to that question is buying and selling of stocks in stock market is called trading. Okay. Now somebody asks, what is IPO? Very interesting question. I will just touch upon it because it is again a little technical subject. IPO, right? It is not IPL, it is IPO, right? Initial public offering. IPO stands for initial public offering. What it means is that whenever any company wants to list on the stock market for the very first time, right? Whenever any company wants to list on the stock market or wants to buy and sell shares on the stock market for the very first time, that is called the initial public offering. So whenever the company wants to collect money from the investors for the very first time, right? They issue the share certificates. We invest in that company, and that these shares are then listed on the stock markets, and we can trade, we can buy and sell these shares on the stock markets. But when this activity is done for the first time, right, that is called initial public offering. After that, it is called a secondary issue, right, or subsequent issue, whatever. Correct? So there are profits in stock markets, there are losses in stock markets. We spoke about IPO also. Somebody is talking about crashes in stock market, right? Now the word crash is used when the stock market, right, gives you a so whenever there is an activity that leads to the fall in the value of the stocks or the stock market is called a crash, right? What do we mean by crash? कोई भी चीज जब एक झटके से नीचे गिरती है तो हम उसको crash बोलते हैं, right? Similarly, when the market falls drastically, right, it's called a crash. You don't have to get into all these technicalities right now, beta, but understand that we should do a thorough research before we start investing in stock markets. The stock markets comes with its own risks. There can be profits. There can also be losses. Therefore, it is important that we do a complete research and invest only in those companies that are safe for us to invest, right? Otherwise, we can lose our money as well. Okay. Now, I will just touch upon two more important things. Why the value of the shares rises or why the stock market rises, and why the value of the shares fall and why the stock markets fall, right? Whenever there are any positive developments, right? Whenever there are any good developments, right? A company is making profit, right? Then the value of that particular stock goes up. If the company is incurring losses, right, then the value of that company goes down, right? Now, stock market, as we know, is a place where all these companies come together. So, जितनी भी कंपनीज हैं सभी स्टॉक मार्केट्स पे ट्रेड होती हैं. स्टॉक मार्केट पे किसी भी एक कंपनी का शेयर ट्रेड नहीं होता है. जितनी भी कंपनीज हैं सभी के शेयर्स स्टॉक मार्केट्स पे ट्रेड होते हैं, राइट? So when all these companies come on the stock market, some of them are profit making companies, some of them are loss making companies, and depending upon how the movement is, you can see the profit and you can also see the losses. Two more important things you should take a note of, right? In India, we have two stock markets, right? I'm repeating, in India, we have two stock markets, right? One is the Bombay Stock Exchange, right? B for Bombay, S for stock, E for exchange, right? It is called BSE. And the other one is NSE, which is National Stock Exchange. All right. So the shares or the stock can be bought and sold, which means can be traded on Bombay Stock Exchange and on National Stock Exchange. So there are some shares that can be bought and sold at both the exchanges. There are some shares that can only be sold on one exchange, right? Depending upon how the company has done the listing. These are very, very technical subjects, beta, so I'll not go into much of the details, but you should simply know that there are two stock exchanges. One is the Bombay Stock Exchange, which we call as the BSE, and the second one is the National Stock Exchange. which we call as the NSE. So there are two stock exchanges in the country, right? Now that is about the stock exchange, right? I briefly touched upon some other products which are your derivatives. I will tell you one more thing, right? Stock exchanges are, one form of investment, right? So we saw four things, right? I'm just repeating, we saw four things. We saw banks, we saw insurance companies, we saw post offices, and we saw stock markets, right? In bank, you will never have a loss, right? Because you are putting your money in savings account, right? If you are doing a fixed deposit with the bank, it is your money with the bank on which they pay you interest, and therefore you will never have a loss. So always remember that bank is a very safe medium of investment, right? There are no losses in the bank. In a post office also, there are no losses, correct? Because you are putting your money in the bank, in the post office, and post office is helping you manage your money. They are giving you returns, right? So there is no loss even in post office, right? The third, the insurance, right? In most of the insurance policies, there is no loss at all, right? So most of the insurance policies also you don't have a loss, except for one category, which is a unit linked insurance plan, right? Where you can incur some losses. But stock market, which is the fourth, right, channel of investment, right? There you can have profits also, and there you can have losses also. So it is very important for you to understand that while you will make investments, you can make a choice between a bank, a post office, an insurance, and a stock market, but then it comes with its own risks. In stock markets, you can also suffer losses, but in a bank, in an insurance company, and in post office, right? Generally, you don't have a loss. So you know where a loss can happen and where there are no losses, right? So in first three instruments, a banking, a post office, and an insurance, generally there are absolutely no losses. But in case of the stock markets, you also have a possibility of a loss, right? So that is a brief in terms of all the four, aspects of financial literacy. I'll tell you, financial literacy is not something that we can learn in 45 minutes or in one class or two class, right? Why is it important for us to learn the basics of financial literacy, right? Because every day, whether it is we or our parents or our grandparents, right, we do deal with money, right? Whether we deal with the physical currency in the form of cash or we deal with the digital money, but we deal with money, right? We have to buy something, we have to pay the money, right? If we are selling something, somebody gives us the money. How do we grow the money? How do we keep our money safe, right? Is the most important aspect that all of us should know, right? We are all studying today, right? We want to go to the good colleges. Why do we want to do that? Because after coming out of these colleges, some of us wants to be at good jobs, right? Some of us wants to be entrepreneurs, right? Some of us wants to have our own startups. Some of us may want to start our own factories. Whatever we do, everywhere, every single day, we will have to manage money matters, right? And therefore, it is very, very important for all of us to understand how to manage money. And therefore, we have this session where we are teaching you how to basically understand what are the various, mediums through which you are able to manage your money, right? And do that safely. As you grow and as you learn more, right? There are a lot of new instruments that you will continue to learn, right? There are new financial instruments that you will learn. But what is very, very important is to understand these fundamentals so that as you learn more, you can build upon these fundamentals, right? Now, I will open the house for questions, but I will only take the questions from the people whose name I will call out, right? The people who have raised their hands virtually. I will not take questions from anybody else. If you have a question, please raise your hand and I'll go chronologically, right? So Piyush, you have a question. Piyu Mansinka.
Actually, I have three questions. The first one is, sir, is it necessary for our money to be in Indian Post? What was it? Indian Bank Post? It was something like that. So
Yes. So sorry. I missed your question, beta. India Post Payment Bank?
yes, sir. Sir, is it
Yes.
necessary for our money to be 15 years, or we can select any time?
So there are different schemes, right? I have 5 piggy boxes with me, right? One piggy box I open every month. The other piggy box I open on every new year, right? Which means that one piggy box I'm using every month, right? One piggy box I'm only using once in a year. Similarly, the India Post Payment Bank also has various schemes or various products. In savings bank, you can use it every day.
I was just giving the example.
Yes. So in savings bank, you can use it every day. But in another product which I mentioned, which is PPF, the Public Provident Fund, you can't withdraw the money before 15 years, right? Because that is a long-term investment. So depending upon what term you want to invest in, they have given you the options. You can pick and choose your options. All right. The next question, Apramit Iyengar.
Sir, I
So Piyu, now you can lower down your hand, please. We'll take questions from others as well, beta. Apramit Iyengar, please. Okay, we move on. Sanvi Singla.
Sir,
Yes, Apramit.
sir, there are 22 post circles all over India, no, sir?
Beta, that is a good thing for you to do a research on, right? Before your exams. I've given you some insights about the number of post offices that are there. Then there are a whole lot of other figures. How many postmen are there? How many post circles are there? You can learn a lot about the post offices in India by visiting the Indian Postal Department's website. Okay. You'll get to know a lot of other interesting things as well from there. Okay, next question. Sanvi Singla. Apramit, you can lower down your hand, please. Yes, Sanvi. Unmute and ask question, beta. Ojaswa Vyas, be ready. Sanvika Agarwal. Okay, Ojasvi Khandelwal. No? Okay. Manika Manu.
I think I've just changed the setting. I'm just changing the setting so they'll be able to unmute.
Sir,
Yes, one by one. Okay.
Sir, even
Whosoever
I
name
have a
is
doubt. Sir,
Wait,
okay,
wait.
okay, one by one.
Wait,
Otherwise, I'll put all everybody's on mute. Okay.
Only the person whose name I will call out will ask. Okay. Nobody else will ask the question, right? We will have to respect everyone's participation on this call. And you have to be quick in asking, right? Otherwise, we'll move on to the next student.
Sir,
Sanvika Agarwal.
yes,
Actually,
sir.
my
Sir, can you first tell what's a share certificate?
Okay, share certificate, right?
Yes.
When you invest money in any company, right, they issue you a proof of it that you have deposited money in that company or you have given money to that company, right? That receipt is called as a share certificate,
Okay, sir.
right?
And sir, can you explain PE ratio? Like,
Maybe these are two technical terms and this is not the call for us to learn finance, right? Because a sixth grader or a seventh grader will not, right? So let us avoid questions which we have not discussed on this call, right? The world of finance is something that we can learn for 100 years. So, we just need to do that on our own. Yes, Ojasvi, please. A quick question from you.
Yes, sir. Sir, I was asking that in a stock market, if the company is asking for money, so it could be that the company has to pay double the amount of that money the company asked for the investors. So that could also be a loss for the company. So how is that a profit?
So we have all, so what happens, beta, when you run a company, right? You're running a business, right? You buy something and you sell something. So company makes a profit by selling the same product or selling a different product at a higher price, right? Investment is different and their business activity is different, right? If the company is doing good business, right, they will make profit, and if the company is making profits, obviously they will grow, right? We go to a grocery shop, that grocery owner gets the rice at rupees 100 and he sells the rice as rupees 120, so he's making a profit of 20 rupees. Similarly, the company also buys certain things and then they sell things, right? Because they sell it at a higher price, they make profit. But if they don't sell it at the right price or they incur other losses, then the company can go into losses, right? Now lower the hand. Yes, Manika Manu.
ma'am, sir, my actual name is Anya, but
You're not audible, Manika.
what exactly does this Kisan Vikas Patra that do?
Beta, we can't cover all the products from the post offices on this call because there are more than 20 products, right? I explained some important products from the postal department. Rest, you'll have to visit the website of the Indian Postal Department and learn more about these products, right? Because there are more than 20 products from the post office department. We can't discuss every product on this call, right? I just named a few for the benefit of everyone.
Yes.
Okay, next question from Udbhav.
I was asking that when the banks get scammed, like how they get scammed.
That is not a question for this call, beta. Scam is not a subject that we discussed on this call.
Sir,
Any next question?
I
Dixit, please. Shishya Dixit.
Sir, when we invest in the stock market, we get some money back. How does that happen?
So just the way you get the money back from the bank or the post office or the insurance company, if your money grows, you get the money back, right? So when you are buying something, you pay and then you get the stock. When you are selling, you sell your stock and you get the money back in your bank account, right?
Sir, I also have a question.
Wait. We will wait, please. We will only go sequentially, right? After Tishya, we have Kapil.
Sir, can I leave?
Yes. Right?
Sir, actually, I have a class, so can I leave?
Yes, beta, you may please.
Thank you, sir.
Kapil,
Bye.
bye. Kapil Batsiwal.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I have two questions. The first one, sir, if you are buying and selling the shares of the particular company, so the company also gets something, I mean to say the money.
Definitely, if you are buying the shares of the company, in the initial public offering, that the IPO thing that I mentioned, right? The company gets the money because they were the owners of the share. But after that, right, you can buy, you are doing buying and selling. There is some background noise from some parent. May I please request? Madam, let us put everybody on mute, please, because I think there's some parent who is there in the background.
Yes, yes.
Sir, you are not unmuted.
Yes.
You're not unmute.
Arun, you can speak now.
Sir, you are not audible.
Sir, you are still unmuted.
Okay, yes, now I am. Okay. So when we are doing a buying and selling on the market, it does not necessarily happens with the company, right? I can buy shares from you can buy shares from somebody else, or you can sell it to somebody else and somebody else can sell it to you. So it's an open market trade that happens, right? Not necessarily with the company always.
And so one more question. Sir, the
Which one?
rise and the loss of the company or the shares is only dependent on the profit and loss of the company.
No. There are thousands of other factors. That is just one of the most important factors. There are a lot of other factors also, right? And you will learn about all of them when you technically study that subject in detail as you grow up. Okay. Next question, Meera, please.
Sir, my question was, if the stock market crashes, is it because of only one company in stock, or is it because of a lot of all of them?
The stock market is a place where a lot of companies come and their shares are traded, right? So the crash or the rise or the fall in the stock market is just not dependent on one company, right? It is dependent on
a few companies have to crash. So for the stock market also crash.
necessarily every company has to crash. But if the overall sentiment is negative, then the market crashes, right? So on a Bombay Stock Exchange, right, we have 30 companies that are traded, right? On a national stock exchange, right, we have 50 companies that are traded. So how these 30 companies as a block and how these 50 companies as a block perform depends on how the market will move, right? Whether it will move up or down, right? A little technical, you'll study and learn more about it as you grow. But yes, for the benefit of the other participants on this call, I think this is...
We have another 5 minutes for Q&As. After that, I will discuss something about the competition. Okay.
So we will rush very fast. Ayush Agarwal.
Just 5 questions, one by one.
Ayush.
Only 5
Yes,
questions
sir.
will be
Yes, sir.
taken.
Sir, you mentioned about insurance where there can be a possibility of loss. So can you please name that and how can there be a loss?
The very fundamental thing is that if the company itself is not doing great and if the company is running into losses, there is
No,
no
sir,
way
I'm
the
asking about the insurance.
insurance, there is a product which is called as a unit linked insurance product, right?
Okay.
Where the company invests money in the stock markets. So if the company has invested money into the stock markets and the stock market is not performing well, then that particular portfolio will not perform well. And as a result of which, because your money of that insurance was invested in that portfolio, it will also not perform well, right? So there is a very, less chance of it happening, but yes, there is a chance of it, right? Next question. Aradhya
Thank you so much.
Sir, I want to ask the use of NSC.
Sir, who is
Okay,
going
Aradhya,
to...
next question. Ridan, Aradhya, this is not the question for this call, beta. Quick one, Ridan.
Sir, I want to ask the use of NSC. How it works.
Sir, but I want to ask, sir, I want to ask only where we get the link of YouTube class because I can't hear.
To ask the meaning
Okay.
of NSC.
Wait, one by one, beta, please. I will not take questions like this. Okay, Hardik Chawla, the link of the YouTube will be there in the chat. Yes, Hardik, quick one.
Sir, will you teach mutual funds also? Because it is also a type of investment.
It is also a type of investment, but not on this call, beta, because that's a little complex and a complicated subject. Maybe for some other class, not for today's class.
Okay, sir.
Khushi Khatri, next question, quick one, please.
So I want to ask how NSE works.
Not a question for this call, beta. You'll have to do
Sir,
some
can
research
I
yourself,
leave?
right? Dhriti
Sir,
Mehan.
can I leave?
Yes, beta, you can please. Dhriti Mehan.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Quick
Sir,
one.
I think you mentioned something that we're gonna have exams for this.
You have quiz following, right? I believe all of you should be
Okay.
aware of it, right? Next one, Sanvi Singla, please. Arna Chaudhary. Aditi Rao.
Sir, I have a question.
Quick one.
Sir, like last class, I was on the YouTube video, so I could not ask a question. Like, if I had a question about insurance, that the people who take insurance, don't they have any problem? Like, how do they have profit?
So there are no profits in insurance, beta. In insurance, there are always returns, right? There are no profits or losses in insurance. There are only returns. So when you buy an insurance policy of rupees 100, you know that after 5 years or 10 years, you will get 105 rupees or 110 rupees or
Sir, no,
120
I'm
rupees.
not talking about us. I'm talking about the insurance company. How does the insurance company get
Oh,
profit
that's a
from
very
taking
difficult subject for you to understand at this age, beta. Insurance companies makes
Hello?
profits. Insurance companies also makes losses, but then that is not a subject for this call, right? We will have to take it up separately. Asvi Rao, please.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Asvi, please, quick one.
Yes, sir. Sir, in stock market, what were you saying that time that there is no guarantee that the stock markets, they don't give us a profit at the correct time?
They can give you profits also, and they can give you losses also, right? So you have to be very careful while investing your money in the stock market. Okay, that's what I was saying. Okay, next. Shri Karthik Mane, quick one.
Yes, sir. Can you like briefly say the difference between a bank and a post office?
We discussed it over the call. In bank, right? There are categories of products where you can invest. Similarly, in post office also, there are a lot of other categories of products which you can invest. Right? The products like
Yes, sir.
Kisan Vikas Patra or an NSC or right? They are available in post offices. They are not available in bank, right? But
Yes, sir.
a savings bank account is a product which you will find both in a bank as well as post office. They are two different institutions, beta. They are two
Yes,
different
sir.
institutions, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
Vanika Kapoor, quick one.
Sir, can you tell me again the meaning of savings account, as I couldn't understand it?
We'll have to, you'll have to listen to the videos again, right? You'll have to listen to the videos again. We have to,
Yes, please go
right?
back to the YouTube live and watch everything again, yesterday's and today's. Okay.
That will
Now
also
we
help
are,
you prepare for the exam.
yes. Okay.
And
And
one
then you
last
can
question.
or just one last question will be taken care.
Yeah,
After
from
that, I'll
Arush
discuss about the exam.
Gangal. I think we'll take one last question because Aditi was a repeat. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Arush Gangal.
Sir, I just have a few queries. When should we sell a share?
Oh, that's interesting. Whenever you want to sell a share, if you have bought a share for rupees 100 and now today it is at 110, you can sell it today. You can keep it for tomorrow. You can keep it for day after, depending upon how much profit you are okay with. You can sell the share as and when you want. Okay, Ridan Kumar, quick one.
Sir, what is the Nifty?
Ridan,
I didn't ask my question.
Sir, what is the Nifty?
what is Nifty?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in Nifty you have 50 companies ka shares, right? And that block of 50 companies ka share is termed as Nifty, beta. Okay.
Okay.
More for you to read on the net. Last one question from Arna Chaudhary, and we are done with the question answer sessions.
Sir, I didn't ask my question.
What is that? Pick one.
Sir, what is a post circle?
Post circle, that is for you to read. We did not discuss post circle on this call.
Oh,
right?
okay, sir.
Sir,
Right. Arna, one last question, please, baby.
sir, so I'm asking what's a share certificate?
Yes.
Oh, we
Okay.
discussed it at length.
Okay. Go back to the YouTube video. Okay.
And
Now
sir,
let's.
one more.
Okay. Who want? Listen,
Sir,
guys.
one more question.
Okay, this is the
Last.
last one, and I'll not take any more questions after that. Okay, you have to pay attention and you have to listen to the YouTube videos. So this is the last question, baby. Please ask.
Sir, so and what's a stock?
Oh my goodness, you missed the entire session, right? We discussed stocks for 15 minutes. You'll have to watch the YouTube videos again so that you are well prepared for the quiz. All the very best.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now listen. Now listen. Who wants share certificate? Let me raise your hands. Who wants share certificate? So we have a program on entrepreneurship in schools where we share certificates, where you can run your own company. You can get the share certificate. Okay, talk to your teacher, ask them to connect with me, and I will make sure the program will be there in your school and you will get a share certificate of your own company where the company will be yours. You will be selling products, you will be selling shares. Okay, right? Now let's talk about the competition. So tomorrow we'll have a competition in the evening at 7 o'clock, 7:30, sorry. Okay, we'll share the links. Be ready. No, keep checking your WhatsApp or email. I will share all the messages on the WhatsApp and email. Okay, the registered email, the where you have registered with the email you have registered, I will share all the information there. Okay, keep a check on WhatsApp, and if you have not joined the WhatsApp group, please join. I will send all the messages on WhatsApp. Okay, if you have not joined, your partner has not joined, just ask them to join the WhatsApp group. Okay, we will keep a Zoom live session tomorrow and share the answer sheet on the spot. Okay, you have to answer one by one. Okay, you will get 20 minutes for a question for the whole exam. Okay, is that clear?
Ma'am, I have a question, please.
Yes, tell me.
For all the last two sessions that we attended, there was a limit of 100 participants, and then we could not really join the session. I hope that's not the case tomorrow. Otherwise, we may have issues.
No. That's why. That's why we'll actually there was some technical issue. We tried morning also. We faced that issue. That will not the case. We will share the Google link with the answer sheet so that if somebody is on YouTube also, they can also answer those questions.
Thank you so
Okay,
much. That was the only
that's why I'm
concern.
telling. Please join the WhatsApp group so that these answer sheet should not be missed. But yes, we will be on Zoom and YouTube live also.
So you'll send the WhatsApp invite, right, ma'am?
Yes, we will. I have sent to all the participants. I'll send to the mentors also so that we'll not miss anybody.
So you've sent the WhatsApp invite on chat?
On chat, not on this chat because otherwise it will get mixed. I have categorized all the juniors, middle and seniors. I've sent yesterday all the invites. Today again, I will send the messages to their WhatsApp message where they have
Ma'am, through what
registered
medium
or
have
on
you
email
sent it?
ID.
On mail or something?
Please keep a
Sir,
check
can I leave?
on the mail info@thinkstartup.org. You will get a mail from this ID.
Sir, can I leave?
info@thinkstartup.org. Okay.
Sir, can I leave?
Yes, you can leave if you don't have any question.
Excuse me, ma'am. I
Yes.
did not get that WhatsApp.
I will send you once again. If your number is registered with us, you will get a WhatsApp message. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am,
Hi.
so is tomorrow's
Ma'am, I have one more question.
Ma'am, is tomorrow's test
Just share
test?
this. Okay, share your number in the chat with your class. I will send you the WhatsApp invite. Okay.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
is tomorrow practice session?
Hello?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, the exam
Ma'am,
will be fourth, right?
practice session.
What?
Ma'am, will the exam be on fourth or third?
Fourth. Day
Ma'am,
after
so
tomorrow.
tomorrow is a
Day
practice
after
session.
tomorrow. Fourth.
Ma'am, the
Thursday.
third.
Thursday. Day after tomorrow. Sorry, my bad. I've said tomorrow. It's day after tomorrow. Okay?
ma'am, so will the exam be MCQ?
Yeah?
Okay, ma'am.
Is the exam going to be a multiple choice?
Yes. Some questions will be multiple choice. Some questions will you have to answer. Okay? There'll be different
Yes,
kind
ma'am.
of questions. But it will be
The
a
exam
one.
is completely online, na?
Yes, it will be completely online.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, we were told that our quiz will be happening in the school itself. So,
Which school
do we
you are
have
from? Which school you are from?
HDFC Gurgaon?
Yes. For HDFC, for Springdale's Pusa Road, for Indian School, for Shivnadar Gurgaon, for Manav Rachna 46. So these are the schools they have registered themselves to through CFR, Center for Youth Entrepreneurship Centers. So they will be they will be accompanying the teacher from their school to HDFC school, and they'll be giving the exam to their respective schools. So the communication has been sent to your teachers. They will be in touch with you tomorrow. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else? Any question?
Ma'am, do we have to join
Yes,
any
ma'am.
meeting or
I
is it
have
just
a
like a separate
question.
thing?
Yes.
Ma'am, are we we have to do the exam in this school, or do we have to do it online because
Which school you are from?
Ma'am, the HDFC school.
You have to be in the school in the morning. 4th April in the morning. Your test will be in the morning. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Anybody
Ma'am?
else? Yes.
Ma'am, I'm from Convent of Jesus and Mary. Should we go to Springdale or can we have an online test?
You need to go to Springdale's. I think we have sent a communication to your teacher. They will give you a message tomorrow.
And can you please also resend the invite for WhatsApp group?
I'm just putting my WhatsApp number in the group.
Yeah.
Okay. Just in the chat box, just message me. Okay. Whosoever is not in any of the group, just message me your grade and which number needs to be added. I will keep you added. Okay.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am.
This is my number. Just send me WhatsApp message. I'll keep you added. Or send me with the grades. Okay. Because there are different groups or different grades.
Excuse me, ma'am.
And you have to tell me the grades which you were on 1st January 2024. Okay, not the current class. As on 1st January 2024. Right?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, may I know will it be offline or online for Marigold
school you are
International?
from?
Marigold International School, Bangalore.
For you, it will be online.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, same. Ma'am, like I'm Karthik from Olumon Global School. So, Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. It will be online.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, just wanted to ask, are we like joining any meeting or is it just like a normal online quiz?
It will be online quiz and so which school you are like calling
Delhi
from?
Public School, Gurgaon.
Delhi Public School 45?
Yeah.
Yes, you will be going to HDFC Gurgaon day after tomorrow in the morning. That will be online. Okay, but in the school. But it will be in the school.
Okay, so
hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, for the HDFC school student, is there any WhatsApp group or is also required, or teachers are gonna,
Teachers are communicating. We have made a group for teachers, so teachers will be informing every student.
Okay.
Ma'am?
Okay. Sir.
Ma'am, may I leave? Ma'am, how many questions will be there in the exam?
You will get to know when you will have exam.
And will we have our exam online or offline?
Which school?
the HDFC school.
But I just told you, why don't you listen, people? For HDFC Gurgaon, you will have a online test, but in the school, okay? In the morning.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, the timing of a competition.
What is yours? Which school you are from?
Ma'am, sending me school now.
Sunbeam Mao will be on 6th of
Excuse me, ma'am.
April. 6th April. You will get to know from the sir, okay?
Okay,
Sadaf ma'am, you will get touch base with Sadaf ma'am or Ranu sir, okay? He will tell you. He will update you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, will the result be declared on that day?
Yes, next day we'll declare the result.
Ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am, I
Ridan.
read in GD going a public school. So in Kakaduma, so how I will get
You
exam?
will have exam in your school in the morning on the 4th.
Okay. Ma'am,
Okay.
can I leave?
Yes, if you don't have any question, you can leave.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I am from Tagore International School.
You will have your school. You will have your in Springdale, Pusa Road, Tagore
ma'am.
International Vidyalaya.
Ma'am,
Okay.
I am in
People will be in touch
Maharaja
with you.
Savai Bhavani Singh School, Jaipur. Will
You
I
will
have
have online. You will have online.
Ma'am, me and my teammate should be in the same device or different devices?
What? No, you can join from different different device.
Okay.
Yes. Anybody else? Okay. Send me your WhatsApp number. Say hi to my hi to my WhatsApp number, and then I'll add you in the group with the grades. Okay, if you are not in any of the group. Yes.
Ma'am, I have to attend the test with my partner online, or we have to give individual tests?
We will update you. We'll update you with that. Okay. We'll make a form like that so that you can both can share.
Ma'am,
Okay.
may I leave?
Yes. If you don't have any question, you can leave.
Ma'am, I am from Amartya Vidyalaya, ma'am. Ramcharan.
You will have online.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I am Ramcharan from Amartya Vidyalaya, ma'am.
Which Vidyalaya?
Amartya Vidyalaya, ma'am.
Amrita Vidyalaya. You will have online session, online exam. Okay, in the evening. Yes. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
I am from Samhita Academy, Bangalore. So, will I do it
You
online?
will have your online. Yes, online.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Ma'am,
Anybody else?
will we
Yes.
have a class tomorrow again?
No. Now you have a day to prepare. Just go through the live classes again on YouTube. Okay, and prepare yourself. Right? Now can we end the session?
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes,
Arun.
ma'am.
Thank you, everyone.